My name is Blake Talley. My background is actually not in owning a restaurant. It's in finance. About 3 years ago, I decided that I didn't want to be in finance anymore. I think something probably had something to do with the markets and how they were just going crazy at the time. But I didn't feel that I could be confident in managing my clients' money, and so I realized at that point that I really wanted to get into something that I could have more control over, which is funny because small business, you come to find out you have very little control over. But so I got together with another gentleman who was an executive chef, and we put together a business plan for a food project. Truc is the name of it. I grew up in Austin, Texas, and grew up around street food. Love street food, love food, and so I thought it might be a great thing to do out here. At the time, 3 years ago, there wasn't a whole lot of street food in San Francisco, and so it was a new project for us. We wanted to do something different. We wanted to be, something other than a step van, and so that's why we created the bus with an indoor cafe area. I just am excited to be still here doing it. The truck is it's a 1983 Ford school bus that we converted into a food truck. We have a very distinctive project because we have an indoor seating area where people can actually come in and watch us cook and be a part of the action, so to speak. And that area holds anywhere from like 10 to 14 people comfortably. We have like little TV trays that people can sit on and hang out at. We did a really good job designing the inside, so it's very rustic feeling, very homey feeling. The kitchen's got a lot of like earthy and organic materials like brass and copper, so it's not your traditional food truck kitchen where it's just stainless steel and everything's at a different height and it's like, kind of just pieced together. Ours was very well thought out because of the fact that it's a show every day. If you were a small business owner and you felt like you had a handle on everything, you'd be a fool. I think that no one out there can anticipate, what's ahead. And it's really the role of the small business owner to be able to resolve and problem solve every day. And I think that, having people around you that have more experience, that, have been there and can, relay that experience to you in times of need is crucial to being successful. If you think you can start a small business and sit in a corner and you know everything and no one can help you, then you're going to fail. There's just too much out there. There's too many hurdles. There's too many things that you can't even possibly anticipate. I spent 400 hours on my business plan, and when I was presenting it to investors, now that I look back, I laugh at myself. Like, oh yeah, I've anticipated everything. I know what I'm doing. I didn't know anything. It's kind of like college. You go to college, you get an education, you become a lawyer. You don't know how to be a lawyer, you learn how to do it when you start working in the field. It's a very hands-on education. I mean, it's good to have the background, it's good to have the experience, you need the degree, but you don't know anything until you get out there and do it. And so small business is no different. It's like my dad always jokes with me about it. He's like, every day you're getting an MBA. It's the things that you deal with and, labor issues and, inventory issues and for future cash flow issues. There is a grow too fast syndrome, and avoiding that is, very key to success, So I would say to any small business owner, like, you're only as good as the people you surround yourself with, and so take advantage of that. And luckily, like when I went out and raised the money for this business, I was able to bring in 8 or 9 people that, have had successful businesses, some small, some large, and are a great sounding board when I get into a situation where I just want to make sure that there's not something I haven't thought of. I can call and ask, and they want to help me, right? Because they're invested in this project. So I'd say that it's good to raise money, and it's good to do it with people that you think can add value to your business.